let her in if she decides to come on. So I have to be respectful of your time. So what I'm going to do is open our circle with my moon bell. And then I'm going to create our sacred circle. And I'm using my custom chakra blend that I blend myself. And what it is oils that represent all the chakras. It's been Reiki infused. It's got moon water in it. And the smell is absolutely heavenly. And if anybody's interested in one of these, you can private message me afterwards. I sell them for $17 and then whatever the shipping is. But it's absolutely, and because it's a spray that lasts forever. Oh, wow. Oh, I love sitting in the scent. Okay, I cleanse this sacred space with light and loving energy. May an aura of light surround our circle right now, protecting it, nourishing it, and cleansing it of any energy that is not aligned with light. Our sacred circle is cleansed. Our sacred circle is protected. Only love dwells here. And even though we're virtual, we are in sacred circle because we are connected energetically at this point. So, I had asked if someone wanted me to do their numerology, kind of a brief rundown, and Leslie had posted in the group that she would love to do it. So the next meeting we will be in, actually we'll be in Aries then. So if we have an Aries in the group, that would be the first choice. Other than that, I'll do whoever asks for it. So tonight I'm going to do the numerology, then talk about the new moon, then I'll do the chakra healing, then I'll do the heart chakra tune-up with the tuning fork, then the altar. I'll take you through the altar and explain all the wonderful pieces that are there for you. So, I happen to love this book, The Life You Were Born to Live. It's by Dan Millman. And I got into numerology 6 or 7 years ago, but now I've been doing a deep dive in it for the last 3 years. And it just so happens that Leslie's numbers and my numbers are exactly the same. So based on her birth date, which was 11/26/1965.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good memory.
Mine's 8/11/1947. She comes out to a 13, which is a 4, and I come out to a 31, which is a 4. So basically, our life path is a 4. But just to understand a little bit about what a 31-4 or 13-4 is, you're here to work through issues of stability, creativity, emotional expression, learning to channel their energy in constructive ways, and to master a step-by-step process to our goals. For 31-4s or 13-4s, strong creative drives, a confident, outgoing persona, a constant striving for success veil, and an underlying insecurity. Yeah, that's me. They can be highly competitive because they feel they need to prove themselves to overcome the fear of not measuring up, of inferiority. But most 13-4s, on the other hand, feel more acute self-doubt, which manifests as a fear of insufficient capacity and appears from time to time like storm clouds in an otherwise clear sky. We need to express our emotions, including anger and resentments, before we can express love. They don't have to agree with their parents, but they need to bring any issues into open and express them. Where's the other part of it? Let's see. It goes on about work and health. relationships. Um, we have an air of confidence in relationships that may often hide an insecurity. We're wise that are they are wise to acknowledge themselves and others in order to achieve a new level of authenticity. And we are the salt of the earth. We're stable, loyal, constant partners. Couple of four life paths: Nat King Cole, Robert Frost, Paul McCartney, Dolly Parton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Hmm. How do you like them
Wow.
apples? Oh, I wish you could smell what I'm sitting in. It's so glorious. It's all around me now. Wow. Okay, new moon.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if somebody wants the next one, they can just, put it in the group. So this moon, this is the last new moon of the astrological year. So we're in Pisces, the last month. And then the next lunar year, astrological year, starts in Aries. And this new moon is actually tomorrow night, but it's at 5:21 a.m. Excuse me, it's 5:21 a.m. tomorrow morning. And it's all about recalibrating, new season, most importantly, a new world. And that is what's happening. We have a new world out there because of COVID. And now with things reopening, it's becoming a new world again. Things are going to be done differently. It's opening up, momentum is starting. Everyone's life is a little different than from before. Relax, release what no longer fits and set intentions for what is needed. Now, if you created a little piece of paper with, like I had suggested, three intentions, three things you want to release, you don't do anything with that until after the new moon. But it's good to have it with you through the healing tonight. And then after the new moon tomorrow, anytime 8 hours after, up until late afternoon, you can take that and bury it in the ground. It is your seeds that you are releasing and planting. Also, I've worked with, I have a teacher, Yasmin Boland. I don't know, she's out of London. She wrote Moonology, and I did her moon certification program last year during COVID, something to do. And she has this is a diary. I love it, and because it's a moon diary. And so she talks about the Pisces new moon, and she says it's a sign of deep dives into life's mysteries, and the new moon here can help us to start to access them. If we do the emotional clear out every month via forgiveness, we have a clearer subconscious rather than one that might be teeming with unresolved anger. This particular new moon in Pisces is also harmonizing with Pluto and is under the influence of a truly dreamy Venus Neptune alignment. The connection to Pluto gives any wishes you make now extra oomph and power. You can think of Pluto as a powerful blast of volcanic energy that causes seismic change and transformation from inside out. Mhm. Yes, indeed. Any questions on that? I told you before about it's called Astro Densed, where you can get a free chart. You might want to do that sometime, and then you can see um, like where all the planets are when you were born, and it's really fun because once you see where those planets are, then you see what houses they're in, and it's amazing. It's it's like a map to our lives. That's what I've learned from the astrology that I've studied the last few years. It's actually a map, and it gives you such insight into strengths, weaknesses, things that happen in our lives, why they happen, things that we attract. It's fascinating. But there's several sites. If you Google free astrological chart, there's several places where you can get them. It's definitely worth it. And then you can just have a copy of it, refer to it when we talk about these different planets. Okay. So tonight is going. Oh, I didn't use my new moon wand, my black wand. Okay, well, I'll use it now. It's black tourmaline just to clear the energy. I'm going to just, I'm representing all of us and clearing any attachments of negative energy, um, anything that's latched onto you in the last few weeks that doesn't feel right. We're going to release it tonight. The tourmaline is very protective. The wand has a terminator, and then a sphere at what the other end representing the universe. So this is just clearing, cleaning, front and back. There. I usually do it in the beginning, but I forgot it was there. Okay. So ladies, get comfortable. I'm going to do a full balance, full chakra healing. And Shakti is your stand-in. You've all met her before. So I'll be working on Shakti. She's your stand-in. And get comfy. And then I'm going to put the music on. Hold on. It will take about 15 to 17 minutes. And then when I'm done, I will stop the music. Did you bring a crystal with you? If you have a crystal, just place it on your heart. Because when we're done, I'm going to use the tuning fork for the heart and then to boost the stone for you and just to give your hearts a little extra boost. So if you have a crystal, use it. If you didn't remember it, that's fine too. Because the tuning fork has a clear quartz at the end. Okay, let me get the music rolling. Hello. Come on back. Everybody good? My dog just snuck off someplace. She always gets right at my feet when I'm doing this. She likes it. Oh, any comments?
That was really deep. I'll tell you. It felt really good.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy. Yeah, it's nice. So if you have a crystal, great, put it on your heart. If you don't, just put your hands on your heart. I'm going to use the tuning fork and you're going to send love. You can send it to someone living, to someone past. You can send it to yourself. But the tuning fork is just going to up the vibration of the heart and send that energy out. And this is with the clear quartz crystal on the end, so it really is super powerful. I'm going to do it one more time. Ooh, yummy. We're going to top that off with a little anointing. I'm going to anoint me on your behalf. And if anybody's interested in essential oils, Julia, you can put your contact information in the group and they could reach out to you. I'm using sandalwood, which is very good for a new moon. This oil I got in India and I use it sparingly because it's the most powerful oil I have. So I'm going to put a little on my crown chakra, and I'm blessing our crown chakras that we only receive information for our highest and best use. I'm blessing our third eye, that we only see things with love and kindness. I'm blessing our throat chakra, that we speak freely, authentically, that we're able to say what we want without fear, to ultimately speak our truth. I'm going to put it on my heart chakra, that we love ourselves unconditionally as well as others. On my solar plexus, our solar plexus, that we use our free will, our self-will, to live our purpose, to live in alignment, to attract and manifest those things that we desire. I'm putting it on my second chakra, that we establish loving relationships. We respect ourselves in those relationships and maintain our boundaries. And on our first chakra, that we stay grounded, that we have the courage to live our lives with those around us, to create what we want in our lives that will ultimately fulfill our soul's purpose while on earth. Amen. I have so many wonderful scents around me tonight. It smells so heavenly. I'm like in awe I'm like comatose. Now let me get the altar. Here comes the fun part. Share the screen. Make it bigger. Let's see. How do I get that bigger? Can you all see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I got to get my notes. This week, middle of the week, was International Women's Day. And like right away, Frida Kahlo popped into my head, the spirit of Frida. And she wanted to be on the altar. She represents the most beautiful, individual, feminine energy. She was unique. She was powerful. She was subject to ridicule because of her uniqueness, because of her unusual beauty. She has the energy of a very, very powerful woman. She was a free-thinking woman. And very expressive. And her message is to stand your ground. It is so important for us to appreciate each one of us, our uniqueness in this human experience, and that each one of us is absolutely perfect the way we are. And somebody else is critiquing, or words have no meaning. You stand your ground. You hold your strength, your courage. And she was amazing for that. She was a very, very unusual woman and way ahead of her time. Powerful spirit. So she said, I want to be there. And because they don't come in order, so I have to kind of just go with my notes. The little silver vase has time, which highlights beauty, sense of direction for the soul, courage, enhance mental and spiritual understanding, and strengthen the nervous system. The oil of time is for releasing and for forgiveness and for leaving the heart open. The forsythia was for a new season. We're going into spring. We're going into lighter energy. It's the beginning of a new year, a new astrological year. And just the beauty of the simple flower, that simplicity is magnificent in its own right. The angel in the background, that is my angel spirit. An artist made that for me and painted it to look like me. And my angel spirit came forward and she said, I'm helping you to share your wisdom, your healing gifts, within you to share with others, not to be shy and hold back what I know, which has always been a problem for me. I am hesitant sometimes, and I hold back on sharing so much of the stuff that I have learned, and I need to be more confident in doing that and not be afraid to do it because it's needed now. Women want it, and so I need to give it. That's why I was taught to give it away. There's the little love bowl offering has still the dove in it and the little rosebud and a tiny little pine cone. It has a brand new white feather. I don't know what the bird is, what it came from. I found it the other day on a walk, and out of all the stuff that's out there, this one white feather just was right there, and it was like an angel sign to bring it home and put it in the bowl. And I think again, it's about newness, freshness. Um, with the vaccination, with COVID, the world is reopening in steps. We're coming out again in steps. So we're going to have more and more and more freedom as the year progresses. So it's all fresh, new beginnings. But when we go out there, it's a different playing field than when we started social distancing and staying at home. It has changed. People have changed. The energy has changed. Structure has changed. The little silver squirrel, which is right in the corner, he is a representation of balancing work and play to make the necessary preparations for the future, to find new ways to gather and to give. Oh, and there was something else about the Facynthia I just found here in the notes. To open up your spiritual nature and also to transform old patterns, thoughts, and behaviors. It's amazing how all these tie in to the new moon, the message of the moon, to the message of freedom. I never can figure that out, how that happens, because it all comes in bits and pieces. And then when I get all the meanings of it, it's like a whole thread that just goes around that altar. The sodalite sphere up in the corner looks like Earth. It's a pretty large crystal, and it really looks like Earth if you were looking down from space. It brings order and calmness to the mind. It encourages rational thoughts, the ability to verbalize your thoughts, and it creates emotional balance. In the corner is a little shungite pyramid, and that's for grounding energy. It's for protection as the world reopens. You're going to be exposed to energy when you go out there and you start, having more liberties. So the shungite is for that protection as you go out into the world as it reopens. There's a little Buddha in the top corner. He's just there to remind us about peace, to remind us about balance, that the journey always starts from within and goes out. And then the crystals in the straight line. The top one is a violet agate that harmonizes the yin and the yang energies, the masculine, the feminine. It is it's spirit seeking, and it expresses personal truth with confidence. It supports expressing personal truths with confidence. Then below that is a crystal Vogel double terminated crystal. Super high energy stone, the Vogel cut with the double points. And it is connecting the energy of Frida all the way down through us, through our chakras. That's what it's doing. It is taking Frida's energy, that boldness, that uniqueness, that freedom of spirit, and it is directing all of that to us. The rose quartz heart has 2 aura quartz points on either side. Your love, and what's happening is you are projecting love out now. Your hearts are strong. You have a lot of energy in those hearts, and now you're projecting love out. And your love will change the world around you. It's start, let's see here, because it comes fast. Restores your hearts, and also the rose quartz restores your hearts so that you have more to give. We've all been shut down. Our hearts have been shut down for the last year because we haven't had contact with others. So now we're going to have the opportunity to spread love, to give more love, to show love. And doing that will change the world. Below that, the heart is called a rainbow hematite, and it dissolves any emerging negativity that may start to come up. It calms the mind, and it instills inner peace. And the bottom stone is a gold stone for building energy, for building courage, for positive attitude, and for ambition. There are 2 cards on the altar. I haven't flipped them over yet. I'm going to get them, and I'll tell you what they say. Any questions on any of the stones or the artifacts? Anything else? Everybody good? Okay, let me get the cards. So I used two decks that I've never used before. The first one is Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette, and the card is Gifts, Joy Guides. Let's see what it says. Receiving surprises, kindness, and blessings. The universe is constantly showering you with gifts. The problem arises when so many of these divine offerings go unnoticed and are therefore unaccepted. Your joy guides are on hand, though acting as messengers to help correct this problem. They ask you to start counting your blessings day after day, taking care not to miss any or take them for granted. Your joy guides delight in showering you with gifts and encourage you to expand your heart's capacity to receive all that they have to offer. Start each morning by asking them to surprise you with something wonderful during the day. Then, just before going to bed, list all the wonderful things they've bestowed upon you. See how the list grows longer and longer each day. Their only request is that you acknowledge these offerings and thank the Divine Mother and Father, God, for their endless generosity. The Joy Guides message: open your heart and expect good things to come. And then the other card is from the Guardian Angel deck, and it's a heart-shaped little deck. It's wonderful. And this one, the card is, oops, action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive affirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So I think in a nutshell, what this is telling us, ladies, is it's time to take action, to move forward with our lives, to get out into the world, to bring our uniqueness, our beauty, our divine beings out there and share our love with all those that are in need right now. And we're magical. We're here in Circle and we're magical. I can tell you that right now because I can feel it. Mm. Isn't that fun?
So much fun.
Yeah, just every time I just get blown away. I'm like, and the theme just appears. I have no control over that. It's not me doing it. It's just what I'm told to pick up and put on. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you. And it is amazing how there is a coherence to it.
Yes. A connection.
Mm-hmm.
The stones, the cards. Oh, and the candle is the new moon candle. It's I told you last time I had the full moon, and if anybody's interested in those, it's a young vendor. I think she's on Etsy. They're just delicious. I didn't put my water container on. It's right behind me. I'm getting it ready. I'm making my moon water. It's in my chalice. So don't forget to get your new moon water going. Put it on the windowsill tonight because at 5:13 in the morning is the new moon.
I never know what to do with it, Mel, with the water.
Oh, oh. Well, you can. Do you have a dropper? Do you have
Like
it?
an eyedropper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could put some in some plants because it's very
Okay.
nourishing. You could drop some in some of your juice. You're putting new
Oh,
moon energy in your juice. You could mix it in with a moisturizer or a skin lotion. It has very high vibration.
okay.
Yeah, drop it in a smoothie, put it in some cream, put it in plants. Your new puppy, put a few drops in her bowl. Mm,
Okay.
Is
yeah,
it just like an open vessel with water, Mal?
yeah. This is an antique crystal chalice I have, but you
Yeah.
can use a little bowl. You can use anything you want.
Hmm.
I just put it in this because I like the looks of it.
It's pretty. It looks very sacred.
Yeah, I know, and to me the water is sacred.
Hmm.
So I never like I will not throw this water once it's done like down the toilet or anything. I use it up and then I replenish it for the full moon. So you can pour it on a plant. I put it in, sometimes I put it in plants or like I have daffodils across from me. I'll put some in the daffodils. I'll put a little in Hannah's bowl. I'll put some in my morning smoothie. Yeah. So, any other questions? Any comments?
Now, do you have, for those of us who don't know a whole lot about crystals yet, do you have a favorite book?
I do. I think that the best way to start is the Crystal Bible by Judith Hall.
Okay.
But she has, let me get it. She has, I'll tell you how many crystals. I think it's over 100 that she does in there. Yeah, Judy Hall. This one has over 200 crystals in it. It's a great little book. You can get it on Amazon. Hold on. Let me put down the altar picture. I'll post the altar picture in the group, and then you can print it out and you'll have the altar for the next 2 weeks. You can use it. There. This is the book.
Okay, great. Thank
And
you.
it gives you a picture of the stone, and then the attributes, what it will heal. Oh, it's wonderful. Because I wouldn't remember all those stones off the top of my head. I'm 73, for God's sakes. I'm lucky if I know how to get dressed. You think I'm going to know all those rocks? Are you kidding me? Look I've got underpants the same Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. You know, I don't want to push my luck. This little sacred brain of mine can only hold so much stuff. So yeah, I love this. And then once I pick the stones, I know what they are, but I don't remember what they all mean. So then I look them up and make my notes. But this is a great way to start. And
Great. Thank you.
yeah, and she's got a ton of books. I have this, and I have 2 of her books for prescriptions. So like if one of you had a particular ailment, you could either ask me during one of these healings and I'll get the prescription book and I'd get the crystal if I have it, or you can private message me. I'll tell you what the crystal is that you need and how to use it. If you've got something that's physically bothering you, she has 8 prescription books. I have 2 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
good. Thank you.
you're welcome. And then Moonology is the diary sold out for this year, but Yasmin is on Facebook, and she's wonderful, a wonderful moon teacher. And she has a great oracle deck, if you like oracle decks, called the Moonology deck. I've used the cards in these healings before.
Yeah, I have her Moonology diaries.
Yeah.
And last year's and this year's. I love them.
Oh, and
May I ask a question about the moon?
yes.
What is the main difference, or what should our focus be between the full moon and the new moon?
So with the full moon, you're realizing what hasn't come to fruition. You plant in the dark. So this is the new moon is the dark moon. So you're planting your seeds, getting them to grow. So you're releasing, and then you're planting new seeds, you're making room. And then at the full moon, what hasn't germinated or taken growth, you can decide, well, maybe I don't want that anymore, or maybe I want to change it. Maybe I want to do it this way, or have it that. You can massage the intention and still keep it, or you can say, no, I'm going to set a new intention.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And the dark moon is also about forgiveness. So if there's something you need to let go of emotionally, mentally, something that's, gnawing at you, pulling at you, it's a good time to just cut the cord and let it go. I mean, lunar energy is so strong. It controls the tides. So you don't think it does something to the fluids in your body? We're what, 98% water? Who's a scientist here? I think we're like, our bodies, we're all water. So if
I
it
know
can
when I
work-
was working in obstetrics, all
Oh, you would know. Absolutely. About the babies.
the emergency room would go crazy.
Birthing babies.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. And so, I mean, Julia knows that we are so much water. How can the moon not affect us? Our cycle, is controlled by the moon. Yeah, it's interesting. I've just developed a much greater appreciation. I always loved the moon when I was little. I couldn't go to sleep until I looked at it. And I used to look out the window, and then I'd open up the window and I'd say, I love the moon and the moon loves me. I see the moon and the moon sees me.
Mhm.
And my sister would be like, oy, She's a nutcase. Yep, I am. I was on to
This is-
something.
The picture here up above my bed is the full moon.
Oh, beautiful. Did you paint that or is it a picture?
No, I didn't paint it, but it is a painting.
Oh, it's lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. I know it's just so interesting how all the pieces come together. Well, that's life. I think that's what's so special about those altars. I start with all these little pieces, but then it tells the whole story, and all the pieces, they become a cohesive picture, a cohesive story. And that's really what our life's about when you put it all together. It's no different.
Like weaving a tapestry.
Yep. Yep. It is. Our lives are really like tapestries, a lot of threads. Shannon, your friend Ann didn't come.
I know. She was texting me. She got distracted.
Oh, well, she missed a good time.
Yeah, she did.
So I'll put the picture in, and I'll also I'll load this video to YouTube, and then I'll put a link in the group. So if you want to go back and get any of the details on the altar, it's there. I was typing out notes, but maybe this is easier just to have the audio. Unless you have, if you have specific requests about stones or whatever, you can, let me know. It is so good to be with you tonight. You have
Thank
no
you
idea,
so
no
much for all
idea
the
how
work.
much I love this.
Well, we're the lucky recipients. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I love being
Sacred
here.
place.
It lights me up, makes my day. Wow. Bless you, ladies.
Bless you, Mel.
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Yes,
Yep.
it's nice to meet you, ladies.
You too.
Yeah, you
Julia.
too.
And put your contact info in about
I'll do that.
yeah. I bought the most gorgeous lantern from Julia. Next time I'll plug it in, and it's a diffuser, but it's a white lantern. It looks like something out of India or whatever. Oh, I just love it. And I bought it specifically to take to California. Well, that's not happening. So now I've got to set it up and use it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your time. It's always an honor, and I cherish this time.
You
Thank
do too. Thank you.
You're
My-
giving
oh,
heart.
Thank you.
love it. Have a great weekend, ladies.
You
Stay
too.
in the high
Bye,
vibe.
everyone.
Good night, ladies.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.